Hello and welcome to the Millionaire Real Estate Agent Mastermind Book Club. My name is Jeff Quintin here, hosting today on the topic of lead generation. So I first want to say thank you to Ben Fairfield and also Cody Gibson for allowing me to present this today. I have the good pleasure of being chosen and be able to share some ideas with you. So hopefully you'll get a lot out of this. So first, I'll just begin a little bit about myself and how I got in the real estate business, just to tell you why this topic is something that I'm passionate about. So got in the business in 1992, so I've been around a long time now, 25 years in the business. And when I got into the business, or before I got into the business, I basically just out of high school, I worked at a bank. And when I worked at this bank, I went full time, and I had the good fortune of getting to see a lot of commission checks. And I recognized that the agents coming through cashing their commission checks, their amount was a lot greater than mine. So I decided to get into real estate. So I jumped into real estate and noticed that I was learning how to, learning the marketplace. I was trying to figure out what to do. And what became very evident to me was, obviously at the time, I was only 19 years old. So I would go out on appointments, and basically the clients would asked me, where's my father? Because I looked so young. I was not getting the appointments all the time because of my appearance of being so young. Now, this is back in the early 90s. There wasn't a lot of 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old realtors. Today, obviously, there's a ton of that. But it was an older crowd out there, very established, a lot of veterans in the business. And in fact, the company that I interviewed two companies. One said no, and one said yes. The one that said no, they just basically said he doesn't have experience, he's too young. And then about a week later, they actually hired me back. So it was just an interesting time. So what happened was, as I was getting, these appointments and I'd go out, I recognized that I needed to change my my style. I needed to learn on how to lead generate, and I had to learn how to prospect. I needed to learn what to say, how to say it, and become very efficient over the phone. That was my main focus. How do I get really, really good over the phone? Because my goal is to be able to present over the phone in such a way that when I did show up to the appointment, they were already 90% sold. So that when I did show up, even though I looked young, they were already sold on the fact that I knew what I was talking about. I knew and got rapport. I knew, was able to close the appointment, answer any objections over the phone right away, whatever it was I needed to do. So that's how it began, and I got really purposeful as far as that. So I wanted to start out with a couple thoughts here today, that understanding that when it comes to becoming a massive lead generator and ultimately becoming a millionaire real estate agent by becoming a massive lead generator, a couple of things you need to understand. Number one, as I wrote down, is that first you got to understand lead generation is the fuel of your business. Okay. Without it, it's like anything. If you're going to put fuel in a car and you don't put fuel in a car, it's going to run out. Okay, so you're going to need to understand that lead generating is the fuel of your business. There's two ways right now to get business. Number one, you can go buy business. And number two, you can go find business, meaning that if you're going to buy business, certainly if you have the money to be able to go spend a lot where you're going to spend for leads, and then ultimately those leads are going to call you, then certainly you have the money and you can do that. That's buying business. What we're going to talk about today is what does it take to go find business, okay? So everything I wrote down here starts with the mindset. It's understanding you've got to become proactive. This isn't a reactive activity. This is a proactive activity. And when you're going to lead generate, we're talking about doing this in the morning time. So before you start in the morning, everything in your life has to start the night before. Okay? You've got to have the right affirmations in your mind. Now, one of the affirmations my team and I have is that, and this is becoming a massive lead generator. We say, I'm efficient, I'm effective, I'm productive, and I'm profitable, all through lead generation. This is something that we want to pound in our subconscious mind, that this is what we do each day. So, to become a morning master, let's say, or a morning lead generator, a couple thoughts here that you need to look at. Number one is, and keep in mind, your night starts the day before, meaning that the time you go to bed, what you're doing the night before, what you're eating, it can't be out, partying and so forth if you're going to have a great day in the morning. So when you wake up in the morning, one thing that we talk about is from the time you wake up until 12 noon, that's what we call is money time. Okay. This is your time. This is about mastering your morning. If you master your morning from the time you wake up until 12 noon, I'm going to tell you that all your problems will go away. You can ultimately prospect your way out of problems because you're going to generate income. You're going to generate appointments. You're going to generate leads. And it's not so much about, it's the money that you're going to generate that's going to help you go on to whatever the solution, whatever problems you have, this is what's going to help you get out of that. So you can master your morning by prospecting. Okay. So ultimately, making your mornings media free. So what I mean by that is, when you wake up in the morning, really look at it. It's sacred. Don't turn on the radio. Don't go to sports radio. Don't go to the news. I mean, you really want to get very positive affirmations going in your morning. You want to get set up for the day. Okay. It's almost like this. If you have I want you to think about this, if I can get this for you. Okay. So here's a rubber band, right? So this is what happens. So the night before, it's like this. Okay. And then basically you start out and you go to bed early and you get set up and you're all prepared for the day before. It goes like this. And then you wake up in the morning the right time, and your morning time, you're media free, and you get in the office right, and then you start prospecting. Well, each and every one of those little activities, you're pulling back the rubber band further, and further, so that by the time you get on the phone and say 9 o'clock in the morning, your rubber band is stretched like this, and then your morning is going to take off on fire. So then it's just going to be like that. So ultimately, you're just stretching out in the morning, winding up, and as soon as you get on the phone, boom, you're going to go. So number one is being media free. Number two, to master your morning, understand that you've got to be prepared. Wrote down why is it the best. Number one is you're going to have more energy. See, if you prospect into your lead generation first thing in the morning, you're going to have more energy. Number two, people are going to listen more. So in the morning, people are going to be more receptive to what you got going on. Those are the two things you're going to think about. So if you don't do your lead generation in the morning, there's just too many other things that are going to come up in the afternoon. See, life happens after 12 noon. Things come up. So you've got to make your lead generation first thing in the morning and make it completely sacred. You got to make it with no distractions. All right. I wrote down here that agents must strengthen the link between prospecting and achieving the goals that they set. They've got to strengthen the link, meaning that, okay, I'm going to do this activity today. And because of the results of this activity, I'm going to achieve the goals that I want and all the goals that I've set. Okay. So you got to make that an understanding that strengthen that link between the two. You got to make a conscious decision that you're going to also build a database when you're doing this. And you're going to do this each day by doing it through efficient prospecting. What I mean by building a database is everyone that you're talking to, you want to capture something out of them. You want to squeeze as much as you can and build the database. See, what Gary has always taught us is that he believes that 80% of your business should be about going out and finding it, not waiting for it. And you got two ways to do it. Either you can wait for it or you can go find it. Okay. In the Red Book, originally it was talked about being, marketing based and prospecting enhanced. See, today things have changed a little bit. We're talking about being prospecting based and then marketing enhanced. And this is ultimately to have a duplicatable, predictable, and profitable business at the highest level. So what do we talk about here as far as creating an efficient pre-prospecting routine? Number one, or I'll write down here, A, get up at a specific time in the morning. Get up at the same time every morning. B, do some form of exercise. Okay, we're going to go through a couple things right here. This is what it's going to take to become a millionaire prospector as a pre-prospecting routine. So A, get up in the morning at the same time. B, do some form of exercise. You got to get your body in motion. Okay, whether that's riding a bike, going for a walk, going for a run, going to the gym, whatever it may be, you got to get up and get moving. C, you got to eat right. Okay, you got to eat a healthy breakfast. D, do your affirmations. Okay, you got to have some type of affirmations, getting yourself pumped up, saying the right things to yourself, get your subconscious mind going and focus. E, arrive at the office at the same time and a specific time. You've got to have a schedule that says, I'm going to be at the office at 8 o'clock, and I'm going to do this from 8 o'clock to 8:15 and 8:15 to 8:30, and then I'm going to be on the phone, say by 9. Let's just use 9 as an example you're on the phone by. F, you've got to have a clean desk and have everything prepared the night before. Okay? Wrote down G, you've got to role play and practice your scripts every day, and you've got to do it enthusiastically. You've got to have role play partners. See, at our team, we have everyone required to have a minimum of 5 role play partners. We want them to role play every single day. We want them to be on the phone a half hour role playing their scripts, practicing, getting prepared, whatever it is for the day. If they're going on 2 listing appointments or 1 listing appointment, well, then that day they're probably going to role play their listing appointment. They're going to role play their objection handlers, whatever the one is that they're maybe faced with that week. They're going to do that. And then wrote down H, here in all of this in the morning, you got to have fun. All right. So Why is it difficult? Why is prospecting difficult at times for agents? Well, A, they don't know who to prospect. All right, meaning that who do I call? Who am I going to call right now? I'm not prepared. B, agents don't know what to say. They haven't honed the skills in understanding the right scripts. They're doing their own shtick, if you will. They're just going out and saying whatever they want. They're doing their own personality, which sometimes can work. However, it's not going to be duplicatable, predictable a lot of times. C, agents just unfortunately have non-productive work habits. Just bad habits of just when it comes to work ethic. And D, why is it difficult? And some reasons is that agents themselves, they can't handle rejection. They can't handle acceptance many times, or they can't handle the embarrassment. So when you become a lead generator, you've got to become very, very numb to rejection. It's just part of the deal. Now, becoming a massive lead generator, it's all about making a lot of contacts. See, we're in a contact sport, more or less. We've got to talk to people. We're in the real estate business, so we need to be talking to people each and every day, decision makers who are looking to buy and sell. Our goal is that you've got a buyer, you've got a seller, we've got to get ourselves in the middle. So here's how it looks. For us here at our team, we have a minimum standard, just like TLs and so forth. They have their 2, 10, 40. Our numbers basically we talk about is 9, 12, 30. 9, 12, 30 represents that every single person on our team, our hub business, our expansion partners, everyone is required. It's a standard that they're going to be on the phone every day from 9 to noon, 3 hours of lead generation prospecting every single day, no distractions, reporting the numbers, and making a minimum of 30 contacts, 9, 12, 30. So 30 contacts a day minimum, which ultimately can get to 10 per hour. Here's who they're going to call. Here's some of the recommendations to figure out who you should be calling. And again, each market may be different, but here's what we talk about. First, you want to call your past clients and your centers of influence, people that know you, trust you, like you, people that are going to boost your confidence right off the bat. That's your first call. They're going to give you confidence. They're going to give you positive feedback. They're going to want to hear from you. They're going to give you business, okay? So for the first hour, maybe you make 10 to 12 contacts in that hour. You're going to be doing, say, 3 or 4 contacts, let's say, to your past clients that are of influence. Next, you can jump over to some old expireds, let's say, or new expireds. Obviously, new expireds right away. Do 3 or 4 just new expireds coming in the market if you have expires. Do 3 or 4 for sale by owners. Then go to 3 or 4, say, just listed, just sold calls, or circle prospecting around what's just recently sold or listed, or either you did or your company has done. And ultimately, you'll get 10 to 12 contacts if you break that up, and then you're not in the same rhythm going through the same contacts or the same sources. And then go ahead and repeat that back for the next 2 hours. See, everything's a numbers game. What I would really highly recommend. Now, this is what we're going to do at our team starting in September, and any other teams out there that are willing to join us. We did this last year. Is what we call it is the Bold 6,000, or basically the Bold 106 times. This is where we had a competition last year where we took teams, and everyone on the team, it had to be at least 6 people that are going to be lead generating prospecting. If you put it this way, if you really, really, really want to ramp your business up, especially right now, looking into the fall market, if you want to have an unbelievable fall into the winter markets and you're looking to have an incredible Christmas, think about doing this starting in September, because what you're going to do in September, October, November is certainly going to pay off for you December, January, February, get you kicked off the next year really strong. So a Bold 106 times basically is where we're going to make 100 contacts every single Monday in the month of September. 100 contacts per agent. Now, this isn't just for the team. This is 100 agents, 6 agents doing this, 100 contacts each. Then every other day after, 40 contacts. So talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday 100 contacts, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, going to be 40 contacts. So 4 days at 40 contacts at minimum each, and then on Mondays a 100 contact day each. This is over the phone. This isn't going out and spending or giving 100 business cards out at Walmart. We're not doing that. We're actually over the phone prospecting and cranking it out. So I can tell you this: if you're willing to make that commitment, you will have more business than you could ever imagine. If you could do that for that month, make that amount of contacts. So, one of the things when we're doing this, we have to always remember for these affirmations that somebody in your marketplace is going to buy and sell every single day. The question is, though, are you finding them? That is the key. And understanding that when you're making a lot of amount of contacts, there's going to be a lot of rejection inside of that. You've got to become very, very numb to that. And you got to understand that for every no that you're getting is just bringing you closer to a yes. Okay, so understand that the contacts, you're going to get rejected, but if you stay in there and you start making these every single time and you get more efficient, you're going to start converting at a higher level. So when we're making a lot of contacts like this, I want you to consider the couple of things here on what you need to listen for and what you need to squeeze out of to be a massive lead generator. One is, can I do business with this person in the next 7 to 10 days? See, we're looking for people that are now business. We're looking for people, obviously, as nurturers who are going to be out there long term. Sure, we're going to do a lot of follow up. But when we're calling these people right now, we want to see, can we do business with them in the next 7 to 10 days? That is the key. See, on our desk right now at my team, every one of us have what we call as a 7-day lead folder. See, this is all it is. It's in paper form, 7-day leads. These are the people in here. Then we actually have a 30-day lead folder, so 30 days, right? So a 7-day lead folder is very simple. Our goal is to get a lead into that folder and then out of that folder within 7 days, okay? So we're looking for now business. The next question to think about, and when you're squeezing out and listening to the conversations you're talking to is, can I get a referral from these people? I mean, can they refer me business? You've always got to continue to ask, who do you know that wants to buy, sell, or invest at this time? And also, who do you know that I can call and introduce myself to? All right. I can't tell you how many times we've gotten more people in our database and more referrals from asking those 2 questions. Basically, who do you know that wants to buy, sell, or invest right now? And who do you know that you think I should call and introduce myself to? Another great question to ask when you're lead generating is, who else do you know right now that's having trouble getting their home sold that I should reach out to? Who do you know else right now that's having trouble getting their home sold that I should reach out to? I mean, everyone in the neighborhood have seen sold signs out there for a very long time that haven't sold. So once you get involved and become a massive lead generator and you're doing all these activities, you've started the night before and prepared, you've mastered your morning from the time you wake up to 12 noon, what happens ultimately is what we call the accumulation effect. And this is just understanding that's ultimately just putting in a sustained effort into lead generation every single day, and then ultimately it will start to build upon itself. Now this is all about what we're doing right now is talking about being predictable, duplicatable, and profitable in every way. So, what we did was, or what I was doing for many years when I was really heavily prospecting each and every day before getting myself out of the production side, is my ratios got to a point where for every 8 contacts I'd make, every 8, boom, I would get a listing taken, not an appointment set, an actual listing taken, just like that. Because I built the database. I knew how to get somebody on the phone if it wasn't expired. I could set the appointment. I could go out and take a listing or do it over the phone within 1 contact. Really, you could virtually do that. And that's how you can get, if you practice and understand, to do this every day. So, one thing that we're proud of right now, just to share with you, is that my team and I, including me, we've been generating, prospecting like this every single day. Haven't missed a day ever since January, or been doing this since January of 2000. So consistently doing this for 17 years. The only one day that we missed was September 11th, 2001. So, I'm sitting there in the office and I get a call and basically about 8:45 or around 8, I guess 10 of 8, whatever time it was, or 10 of 9 in the morning, and got a call that, hey, I may not want to be calling anybody right now because of what's going on. But that's ultimately the last time that, we missed a day. So this is a consistent, every single day activity that we're doing. Okay, so I want you to think about, though, if you start lead generating, that you may not become what would be as the most popular person in your office, because everybody could be frowned upon you. They're going to try to pull you back, and why are you calling these people, and what are you doing? Stop being such a salesperson, and all this sometimes some negativity around this. I want to tell you that you may not be sometimes the most popular guy or gal, but you will be the most profitable if you do this activity. You got to understand that it's long term. You've got to build this foundation. Okay, you've got to understand how to prospect. You've got to become what we call as a black belt script master. All right. Now, what I mean by that is understanding what to say, how to say it, and being able to deliver these scripts. A black belt script master. So imagine this. Let's take a look at someone like Bruce Lee, right? So Bruce Lee, an incredible martial artist. If you were to throw a punch at him from the side, he knows how to block it. If you throw a punch at him in the front, a kick, he knows how to block it. That's what you got to think about is that you're getting objections from buyers or sellers. Do you have 4 or 5 different handlers that you can handle in any situation to get to the close? You got to become that good, what we call as a black belt script master. You've got to master your morning ritual right now. I'm telling you, if you build that foundation, you learn how to prospect, become a black belt script master, master your morning, you will absolutely make a fortune in this business. Now, all said and done, as you know, when you're prospecting, there's going to be a lot of emotions. Going to be emotions up and down all through it. You've got to understand to manage and master the emotions of the ups and downs. And, a lot of times I recommend for that is ultimately looking for a coach, having some accountability towards that. They will help guide you through this. Okay. So one of the things to think about right now is when doing lead generation is what's important to have the right environment. So the question is, does your environment match your goals? See, if you look in my office right now I'm in the back. I'm kind of like in a little bit of a private office, a cave kind of thing. But as you see right behind me over here, I guess over here, there, whichever way it is, actually I got another dream board here at the left. That's a dream board. Money's here. The currency's behind me. You can't see it right now, but I've got 2 phones on my desk, double dual headset. So this is how we roll. Right? So we've got a headset that looks like this, or basically it's 2. So we're dialing from 2 phones, dialing this line, down this line, all together. 2 phones, 2 lines. Okay. So you've got to make sure that your environment is one of which that is protected. Okay. No distractions, and make sure that your environment matches your goals. See, to get that set up, number one, there's a 5-step process I want to share with you. Then we'll wrap this up. Okay. So the 5 steps to create a massive real estate business of lead generation. Step 1 is the structure of your environment, what's around you. So like I mentioned to you, if you were to walk through my office right now, we don't have no chairs in here, no stools. It's all stand-up desk everywhere. I'm standing up right now. You can't really see, but this is just, what we've got. But basically, everyone's got a stand-up desk, countertops, 2 phones at their desk, computer there, auto dialers, dream boards. We have all of our scripts in front of us on the walls. Maybe you can see this here. It's not working there. Okay, so I can't get you there. But ultimately, have all our objection handlers on the walls, scripts on the walls, flip chart. So we're very, very prepared and an environment that when you walk into it, there's no distractions and you're set up for lead generation. So number 1 is setting up your the lead generation and support around you. Now, also including in this is I want to make sure that you have a schedule. Okay, and when you talk about lead generation, is having a daily schedule in front of you. So if I showed you my daily schedule, this is what it looks like. Okay. Here it is. So very first thing, practice scripts, role play, prospect without interruption from 9 to 1. Okay, that's my daily schedule. All right. So as you can see, I have a schedule. It's in there. And the key to that schedule is that I give it to everyone in my life. I give it to my wife, my kids, my staff, my assistants, everyone around me, all of the affiliates we work with. They all know that they cannot get me in the morning. If a title company tries to call me because of an issue or a closing or whatever's going on, they're not getting me. Okay. They know that from basically 9 to noon, I'm untouchable. They're just not going to get me. So you have a schedule, you give it to everyone in your life to help support you around it and also protect your environment. Step 2 is you got to learn what to say. You got to practice, to learn the scripts. Here's what I recommend. All right. 3 things you want to write these down. Number 1 is if you have a script, you want to learn it and hone the script and own it inside of you. There's 3 things you need to do. Number 1 is you're going to have to write out the scripts. Okay. Write them out. I'm not going to talk about typing them out. Handwrite the scripts. Okay. So if it's an expired script, you're going to basically just say, hi, this is Jeff from Keller Williams. We noticed your home came off on the market as an expired listing, calling to see when you plan to interview the right agent, the job of selling the home. And you're going to write that out all the way through 3 times. So you're going to write the scripts 3 times. Second thing is you're going to then take a look at that script and you're going to chant it out loud 3 times. So you're going to stand up right now and you're going to take your script in front of you and you're going to chant it out loud. Okay. Third thing you want to do is then you're going to record the script 3 times. You're going to get on your iPhone under your audio or your recording thing here, whatever. And basically you're going to look at it and you're going to record on here the script, just like you would say it. Record it. There you go. Now, if you want to be really, really advanced, you take another iPhone or radio or whatever it is and you play Baroque music. Okay. You put Baroque music in the background. You record the script over the Baroque music, and that actually will help you learn 60 times. It's a known fact, 60 times faster. So you must learn what to say and how to say it. And those are 3 ways you can start to really hone your scripts. Third, you must take action over the phone each and every day, or door knock if you're going to be prospecting by door, and present and close for appointments. Step 4 is mentally. Okay. Mentally, you have to understand that you are a salesperson. Okay. Get over it that you don't think you're a salesperson. That is what you are. That's what it says on your real estate license. You're a salesperson first, salesperson second, salesperson third. Then ultimately you're in the real estate business. But understand that learn the habits of being a salesperson. Step 5 is understand that Every day, starting tomorrow, you start at zero. Okay, you're starting all over again every single day. Wake up in the morning and understand, today I'm starting at zero. You might have 5, 10, 25, 30 deals pending, but every day you have to understand I'm starting at zero all over again and approach it that day as if you're brand new. Sixth thing is, in this step, basically, understand that starting tomorrow as well, and this is important, that every single morning from this point forward at 9 o'clock or whatever time you start, but I'm gonna say this to you guys: make a commitment that you already have an appointment. You already in your schedule have appointments. You have a 9 o'clock, a 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock that will end at noon. You already have a pre-appointment already booked for lead generation and prospecting every day. So for example, if it's 9:30 and you get a text on your phone from one of your friends and say, I'm around the corner at Starbucks, come meet me for a drink, a cup of coffee, you can't just leave. First of all, if you are on a listing appointment, let's say that you were on a listing appointment presenting, and someone said to you, someone called you on your cell phone and asked you to go meet them at Starbucks, would you leave that listing appointment? Would you just get up and go? You wouldn't. So you're going to need to treat your morning that you already have appointments booked. So if a client wants to meet with you, I'm sorry, I'm already booked. I already have an appointment from 9 to noon. I'm going to be tied up. However, I can meet you at noon. Okay. You've got to protect your morning and make your morning an appointment that's already set in your schedule every single day. Okay. So, that pretty much concludes a lot of the thoughts I have regarding becoming a massive lead generator, a millionaire prospector in the morning. I wanted to just run you through these steps a little bit, some of the habits, some of the things that my team and I do. And I'm not here to share these numbers to you, but I want to share these to you not to ultimately impress you in any way, but just impress upon you that, for the last 25 years, my team and I, and we've earned over $30 million in gross commissions. And we've ultimately got ourselves to 10% or plus a little bit more market share in our market, a very small market. So we've become a very, very dominant player. We've done this all through lead generation in the morning. We've done it becoming very, very highly profitable. It's become a predictable, duplicatable business. We've built that foundation. We're continuing in the accumulation effect. So if you do it and do it right, and you really put your head down, you don't need to go out and buy business and spend a ton of money. Just learn what to say, how to say it, get your environment right, get set up, and just go ahead and make it happen from there. So I enjoyed being able to present this to you guys today. We're located here in southern New Jersey, along the Jersey coast. That's our hub business. So we service all of Atlantic and Cape May County. And we have expansion partners now in Center City, Philadelphia, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Wilmington, Delaware. So if you have any referrals at all of anyone coming to the East Coast, southern part of New Jersey, Philadelphia area, Cherry Hill, and even Wilmington, Delaware, we have agents in all these expansion partners in all these locations. And we're continuing to look for great talent to join our team. In case you know of anybody to come on, our expansion director now is looking to hire 20 new agents right now for all these locations. Within the next basically year or two, and to build that out. So we'd love to talk to you guys if you're anyone might know that's looking to come this way or be part of our organization and part of it. So again, thank you for taking the time today, and I hope you enjoyed this. And any questions you have, reach me. You can reach me direct. My cell number is 609-602-8488. Send me a text. You can email me, jeff@thequintingroup.com, and my office line is 609-398-5333. Appreciate it. Again, it's an honor here to be able to present to you today. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Cody. Talk to you guys soon.